I am happy to have a debate, an argument with the Republican Party or any of my opponents about what this country means, what makes it great.
The thing that's great about Barack Obama is that he's able to say something like this without any real intention of following through as a result of there being no real accountability, because Democrats will say yay Obama without actually processing what he's actually said, and Republicans will say boo Obama, we can't say yes to taxes. Of course, if Obama really means to open the debates, then he's putting himself at great risk of being seriously criticized by someone who hasn't pandered to corporate interests, such as Ralph Nader. Can you imagine the look on Obama's face in a debate with Ralph Nader as he is called on supporting militarism against Gaza, not supporting universal single-payer healthcare, voting for the allocation of a $2.8 billion tax credit for fossil fuel production, and another $4.6 billion to nuclear power? I would imagine that Obama supporters in the crowd would boo Nader for costing Al Gore the 2000 election, with no regard to the fact that a true democratic system should actually encourage multiple candidates to run for office. You see, to Democrats, political bigotry only exists in the form of dislike and or disdain of their candidate, Barack Obama. In fact, it is actually Ralph Nader's fault that the Patriot Act got renewed, not Barack Obama, who actually voted to renew it, and it is Ralph Nader's fault for allocating the $300 billion to the occupation of Iraq, not Barack Obama, who actually voted to do this as well. Some Democrats may even be as bold to suggest that it is Ralph Nader's fault that Democrats have been complicit in rubber-stamping the multiple legislative follies of the Republicans. Democrats say if they only had a majority in the Senate, they would be able to override the presidential vetoes, despite the fact that any high school civics student will be able to tell you that you only need 41 votes to filibuster an allocation such as the $300 billion previously mentioned. Furthermore, Democrats fail to realize that because they control the House of Representatives, Speaker Nancy Pelosi has the ability to disallow bills from ever even reaching the House floor. Democrats would like you to believe that their complacency stems from Ralph Nader, who is somehow relevant enough to put a Republican in the White House and not relevant enough to be voted for. The fact is that Democrats, Barack Obama included, are just as guilty of just as much pandering as the Republicans and are just as indebted to corporate and special interests. Additionally, Ralph Nader's 2008 candidacy serves as a threat to the completion of their 2008 power grab because his campaign actually stands for what Obama's claims do. This is because Ralph Nader would actually bring Americans universal single-payer healthcare, cleaner energy, and bring American soldiers home from Iraq, something that Barack Obama, by his website's admission, won't do, as it says that he will, quote, keep some troops in Iraq to protect our embassy and diplomats. If al-Qaeda attempts to build a base within Iraq, he will keep troops in Iraq or elsewhere in the region to carry out targeted strikes on al-Qaeda, end quote. This seemingly innocuous occupation force would total about 60,000 according to the Center for American Progress. So if Barack Obama is really going to enter a debate with any opponent as he says he is, then I look forward to seeing him debate Ralph Nader. Otherwise, I will be resigned to conclude what I already suspected, which was that this statement was nothing more than rhetoric in an attempt to pander to voters.